and welcome back to the MoldyWorm gaming channel. My name is MoldyWorm41975 and I just wanted to make a video for you guys today. We are going to be reviewing the new import-export DLC. Now I am aware it's a little bit late, but apologies about that. My laptop has been broken, so I haven't been able to upload any videos. But it is now fixed. I've just had it fixed a couple of hours ago, so I'm ready to post more videos again. Hopefully there'll be some good quality content coming out with a few piston head videos as well. But also happy new year, and I hope you guys are having a good year so far. I know that I am. Hope you guys got everything you wanted for Christmas. I can say that I did. I got an iPhone, so I'm very happy. But we are going to be reviewing the import-export DLC, and I just wanted to let you guys know that that I am, I'm fixed, yes. But my laptop is fixed, so I'll be doing some videos soon, and apologies that there hasn't been any videos. If you guys didn't actually read, I did post on all social media things that I've been having some problems, but if you guys didn't see that, then yeah, I have been having some problems. And on that note, I'm just going to quickly announce that you can follow me on social media. I did recently just get Facebook as well, so there's a link in the description below to my Facebook page, so you can follow me on Facebook. I am also on Twitter at MoldyWorm Gaming. I'm on Snapchat, it's just the same, MoldyWorm Gaming. I'm also on Instagram at MoldyWorm Gaming, but there's links in the description below to all them, and also my email address, so if you guys want to email me instead of using social media, then you can do that as well. So yeah, I got Facebook. Just wanted to announce that in case you guys want to follow me on Facebook, or if you don't have any other of the social medias but you do have Facebook, you can now follow me on Facebook. So yes. But with that being said, let's get straight into this video. So I don't actually have any of the vehicles to show you. So obviously it was an import-export DLC, but I'm going to be talking through a little bit about how it works and how the DLC basically works, a few of the new cars, and all this sort of thing. So when I'm recording this, the Progen Italia was just released 2 days ago, so that shows you kind of how long it's been out. It's been out for quite a while, but let's just pop the phone up here, and if we go over to travel and transport, we can then it brings you up on here, and if you go over to Warstock Cash and Carry, you can see all the new vehicles. Now if I just scroll down here, so these are all the vehicles down here that we already have, and these upwards are all the new ones. So we've got 9 new kind of special vehicles, they're called. And from the price tags you can see they're all pretty expensive. They're all 1 million upwards except the Wastelander. I'm not quite sure why that is actually so cheap, but the Wastelander is actually the cheapest. Actually, I'm just noticing we've only had 8 because the Brigade doesn't count, does it? So I'm going to be reviewing each car a little bit. We're just going to be clicking on it and reviewing it. So let's just start with the ramp buggy. So there is actually 2 options for this car. So if you basically you have to do missions to unlock these different kind of cars. So basically, if I go on here, it says in the top left, in order to purchase this vehicle, you must fulfill the following criteria: own an executive office, so you have to buy an executive office. So that's, you know, when you become a CEO. So if you guys haven't done that, then you'll have to do that before you can buy one of these cars. And you'll also have to purchase one of the new vehicle warehouses. But once you've got both of those, you can begin buying the cars. And if you go into your CEO office and go on your laptop, you can actually you can steal cars. And so basically there is there's like 3 different options, and it's like with the biker thing where you can choose whether you want to do it locally or further away, and you get more money for further away. It's kind of like that, but you have 3 options instead of 2, and you have to take them back to your warehouse, and then you can export 1 car at a time, or you can export your whole garage, or you can keep the cars and do whatever you want. So basically it's kind of like the biker DLC, except you're not doing it with like drugs and counterfeit cash and stuff. You're doing it with cars, and you like export them, and yeah. So that's basically how it works. Now I want to talk through the cars now. So the first one is this new ramp buggy, and if you guys haven't seen on the Rockstar Newswire page, there was actually a picture of this, and in the background you saw a flipped car. So that was basically hinting that it was going to come. And I should note that these are all Pegasus vehicles, but you can store them in your you can only store them in your executive office garage, but you can customize them as well. So I don't think you can change the tires, but you can choose, you can like tune the engine and all the other things, and you can paint it. You can actually paint this. But so let's getting into the price. This one is 2,400,000 at the cheapest. So just to buy it now, that's 3 million. But if you do the corresponding task to unlock this car, then you get it at a discounted price. So it's kind of cool, and it just tells us a little bit about it. It is a BF ramp buggy. Basically, it just launches cars into the air. It does basically what it says. It's a ramp buggy, launches cars. But I should note to you that if you flip around 30 cars, after about 30 cars it will destroy, and then they will send a replacement vehicle for free. So it isn't actually invincible. You eventually, if you flip so many cars, it will explode, which I think is stupid, because you've paid an absolutely ridiculous price for a car that will eventually blow up if you flip too many cars. But you know, it's Rockstar and they like to make stuff expensive. So then moving on to the second vehicle, we have this. It is the Phantom Wedge, and it's basically the same as the ramp buggy, except instead of flipping cars, it kind of like snow plows them to the side of the road and kind of flips them over as well a little bit. So the discounted price is around 2 million, and if you buy it now, it is 2,500,000. And again, it basically just does what it shows in the pictures. You drive along with the wedge on the front, and it just basically rams cars out of the way. But just like the ramp buggy, it does have an expiration kind of thing. It can only flip around 25 to 30 cars, so it's similar to the ramp buggy, but is a lot slower. It's basically, well, it is actually cheaper, but is a lot more, a lot slower, a lot heavier. You can't pick it up with a cargo bob for obvious reasons, and the handling is terrible. So basically what I'm saying here is, if you want one of the two, then I'd say save up for the ramp buggy. It is more expensive, but if that's the kind of car you're looking for and you don't want to waste your money, then I would definitely go with the ramp buggy, because it is better and it is actually a lot more fun to drive because it's faster and you launch the cars, whereas this kind of just plows them out of the way. But then moving on to something that I find absolutely amazing. I'm so happy that they've added these next two cars. Amphibious cars are now in GTA and I'm very happy about this for obvious reasons. I've been trying to get them into online for quite a while, so for them to now be in online is quite a nice touch, I think. So we start off with the technical aqua, so it's basically just a technical with the gun on the back, but then it has these two buoyancy aid things here and an outward bore motor to propel it in the water. So this is a picture of it in the water here, and the gunner actually can use this. It is not just for aesthetic purposes. The gunner is available. And it is quite cheap, this one. I'm not gonna lie there. It is for the discounted price. It is 1,120,000, and for buy it now, it is 1.5 million. But I must say this thing is not really that great, to be honest. I like the fact that they've added amphibious cars, but this thing is terrible. One, because I don't think it should have a gun. I think it should not have a gun. I'd prefer it if it didn't have a gun, because the whole point of amphibious cars is to get away from people chasing you. That was my kind of idea of amphibious cars. But anyway, on land, obviously it is just a Rusty Rebel, and you guys might know that the Rusty Rebel is absolutely shockingly slow. And this one I don't think can actually be upgraded in the customs because it's a bit wide and it's a bit of a weird sort of car. So you can't make it any quicker, and if it wasn't slow enough for you on land, it is a lot slower in the water. Like on water, I am not kidding, it is like really slow. So let's move on to the next amphibious car, which I'm actually quite happy about. This is actually the kind of thing that I was looking for. Now, it would be nice to have some cars. I prefer having cars, like the Technical Aqua. I thought that was quite nice, but if it didn't have the gunner and them buoyancy things on, if it had just had the motor on the back, that would have been a lot better. But anyway, this thing is pretty much the same price as the Technical Aqua, but I have to say this thing is a lot better. So basically, it's just a quad bike, you know. This thing can be upgraded in the custom, sorry. You can apply whatever wheels you want, you can apply paint jobs and all that kind of thing, and you can store it in your biker garage because it classes as a motorcycle or like a quad bike. And actually, if you see here, these lights on here, under them you might think, oh well, they're just more lights, but actually these are machine guns. So again, I don't really like the whole idea of weapons on amphibious cars, but I thought this was quite a nice touch, and here's a better view of it. This here and this one over here, these are little machine guns, so if you're chasing someone you can actually shoot them. But the cool thing about this is it's very fast on land, but it is also pretty fast on water. And the cool thing is you can actually fold your wheels in, as shown in this picture. I think you hit left or right on the D-pad and it'll fold the wheels in. Now obviously if you don't fold your wheels in when you're on the water, it's a lot slower. It will still drive on the water, it won't flood or anything like that, so don't worry about that. But with the wheels down, it is a lot slower. So if you want to buy one of these things, then maybe drive it into the water with the wheels down and drive it along a bit, and then if you want a speed boost, then fold the wheels in and you will see the difference. does go a lot faster. So, moving on to our fifth vehicle. This is basically just something straight out of Mad Max. I'm not gonna lie, this thing is just, it's a bit crazy is what it is. So basically it's just a Boxville van. It's called the Armoured Boxville. It's about 2 million, 3 million, and for the price you pay, this thing is not really that good. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but it's not really that good. It's not armoured. Despite the name, it is not armoured. It can survive a few bullet attacks, that kind of thing, but it is not armoured. It'll blow up after one rocket launcher. It'll survive no sticky bombs or grenades or any of that. So basically it is not armoured. They could have just called it the Apocalyptic Boxville. But from the picture we can see it does have snowplow on the front, and this is actually pretty good. It will launch the cars out of the way, and unlike the other two ramp cars, it does not blow up if you plough through a load of cars. So that's one good thing. And also we can see here there is a gun on top. There's a better picture of it here. This can actually be used by a passenger. So if you want to have someone dragging along and someone on the turret, and you've got the snowplow, it is actually pretty good. And I should add as well, if you're thinking about buying this thing, it does have armoured wheels. So they are bulletproof, and yeah, no one's going to shoot them out. So it's a pretty good car, but to be honest, for the price you pay, I would not recommend it. If you've got millions, then yeah, sure, go ahead. It's a pretty cool car, but it's not really something that I will be buying. So then the next car is something a little bit interesting, and I can't understand why they've made this thing so cheap. I mean, obviously it's not really, it doesn't really do that much. You know, it's just a pickup. It's just a glorified pickup truck is what it is. So to make it like millions of pounds worth would be stupid. But because all the other cars are so expensive, why did they make this? Why? I don't understand why they've added the Wastelander, because despite the fact that it has this picture here with the kind of like tow hook thing, and you can see that it is clearly like a flatbed for carrying cars, it cannot carry cars. This does not hold the cars on. There is no way of attaching the car to it. So basically I tried with Kale the other day, and he had the Wastelander, and I parked the car on it, and I thought, oh right, it's going to be really good. And I thought maybe if you hit right or left on the D-pad, it'd be kind of like a cargo bob where it sort of attaches onto the thing and holds it there so you can't roll off. But no, it does not do that, and we applied the handbrake to stop it rolling off, and that did absolutely nothing. So if you want to buy this to carry your friends around when they're in their cars, then do not waste your money. You will not be able to do that. But one good thing about it is actually a 6-seater vehicle. Now you might think, well, there's only 2 seats on it. Yes, there's a driver and a passenger, but then 4 people, so 2 on either side, can actually hang off the railings here. So they hang on the inside of the vehicle, but they hang off the railings, and you can use like rocket launchers and that kind of thing. So that is one good use for the car, and despite how little the pictures make it look, it is actually a pretty big vehicle. It's about the height of a Sand King, and these wheels are actually pretty massive. I should also add that they are bulletproof wheels, so if you want to be using it for that kind of thing, then I would recommend it. And it is also actually a pretty good off-roader. So these lights on the front and the lights on the top, they all work, and It goes through water and rivers pretty well. You can get it pretty deep before it drowns, so yeah. If that's the kind of car you're looking for, then it is very cheap, you know. We've only got 500 grand here, 6.5, 100 grand, I think that's how you say it. And obviously this is out of Fast and Furious. If you guys haven't seen Fast and Furious, then I definitely recommend watching it, and this car you will see in it. So moving on to our second to last vehicle, and this is my absolute favourite out of all these new cars that they've added. It is also the most expensive, so that's kind of obvious. Now, to the normal person, this just looks like a normal car with some like weird looking wheels and, you know, some like red spikes on the front of it and all this kind of thing. But it's called the Ruiner 2000. So if you look at it, yeah, you can see it is a Ruiner. The Ruiner is based off the Trans Am Pontiac Firebird, and it does have a very good resemblance to that. But if you haven't noticed already from looking at this picture, this is a Knight Rider car. So the red little spikes you can see here on the front are missiles. It has homing launchers, so it has 8 homing launchers, so it does have a limitation to how many you can use, and if you want to restock these, you'll have to drive it back to your garage and then it will restock them. That's the only way that you can restock them. But it also has 2 missing here because they're holes for 2 machine gunners. So you can have homing missiles, non-homing it has machine guns, so it's like the helicopter where you just change it with X. And then it also has the little red lights like the Knight Rider car does, like the kit, or kit it's called. And the air intake is to the right, just like it is on the Knight Rider car. But it also has another trick up its sleeve. You can jump this car. So it has 2 little things under it that make it jump, and it can jump pretty high. It can jump over bridges, it can jump over cars and all this kind of thing. But then the most impressive thing is it has a parachute, a car parachute. So the way that you can kind of do this is you've got a car which can also be effectively a helicopter. So you can jump up in the air, activate your parachute, and then use your homing launcher to kill someone. So it is a pretty cool car. Has a few nice features, and another feature, if someone tries to rob your car, so occasionally you'll get some derp that wants to go and rob your car, it has electrified door handles, so if you go and open it, it's fine, but otherwise it'll taser the people, so they can't actually get in your car, which is pretty cool, I think, unless they're in your organisation, of course. And it also does have pop-up headlights. You might be able to see them there, so you can pop the headlights up and down if you like that kind of thing. So it is pretty expensive, 4 million. 5, nearly 6 million if you want to buy it now. So yeah, it's not really the kind of car that I want to be buying for that kind of price. I mean, it does have very very cool options, and you can customize this thing, so you can personalize it. You can change the tires, change the color. I don't think you can add a spoiler or any of that kind of thing, but you can do some of that kind of thing, and it is a 2-seater, so you can have your passenger in if you want to. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This has to be my favourite car though, and the description here will tell you it can fire machine guns, rocket launchers, it can jump higher, it's got a parachute, what else does it say? That's about it. Note, the production model of this vehicle has a reduced missile capacity. So if you buy it now, it only comes with, I think, 6 or 4 missiles. If you buy the Securo trade price, then it'll come with all 8. Well then, let's move on to the final vehicle, which has to be one of my other this is probably my second favourite vehicle in the thing, and Kyle has actually bought this, and he let me have a go in it the other day, and this thing is just absolutely crazy, bonkers crazy. So, it's called the Rocket Voltic, and the title just tells you all you need to know about this vehicle. It is just a coil Voltic, as you can see, but then it has a rocket built into the back of it. And it's not like a rocket, like a homing launcher rocket, it is like a rocket on the back of a jet rocket. So it's a rocket booster. And basically, you drive along, and when all four wheels are touching the ground, it'll charge the boost up. And then if you honk the horn, doesn't actually do anything, it will set fire to the jet and boost you along at crazy heights or crazy speeds. Now the best thing to do with this that I found is if you aim it up, like, so if there's a flight of stairs or something like that, then you aim it at the aim it up the flight of stairs and then boost, like drive and boost, and you can get this thing to go pretty high. I took out a jet with it the other day. I just flew in the air, there was a jet flying, and I rammed into it and blew it up, and it actually survived, so that was pretty cool. The jet blew up, I survived, so yeah. And it is also customizable. You can change the colour, you can change the wheels. You can't add a spoiler, unfortunately. I think this thing would look really cool with a spoiler, but unfortunately you can't do that. But basically it just says, it's basically just got some, strapped on some space shuttle parts onto a sports car, and basically, yeah. And it says, note the production model of this vehicle has a longer recharge time and uses like less, you know, it doesn't boost as long. So if you buy it now, it'll take longer to charge and you don't get as long boost. If you buy the Securo trade price, then it'll take less time and it'll boost for much longer. So they're the special vehicles that we've just got into there. In case you wanted to see, they are on the Warsaw Cash and Carry website. There is 8 new ones there, but then there has also been added some new other vehicles, so I'm just going to go on to talk a little bit about them now. So yeah. So all the new cars that have been added are on the Legendary Motorsport website, and to prove that they are, if I click on Southern San Andreas Autos, you can see that there are no new kind of vehicles. If I go on here, you'll see there's no new vehicles on there. They are all on the Legendary Motorsport, and there's a few on Benny's as well, so we're going to have a look at them. So actually there is only 2 new ones, as you can see. This is the Tron bike, you can see here, that's part of the bikers. But then we've got these 2 here, they're part of the import-export DLC. And so if we go into this, we have the, what's it called? The Ocelot Penetrator. Now this is, you might have seen this car from some of the photos that were on the newswire. It was the kind of orangey looking one with the 2 exhaust pipes when they were showing the new garages off. So it is a really nice car. It's pretty fast. It looks pretty good. It's only 880,000, so it's not really too expensive in my opinion. And for what you get, it is an amazing car. It is a supercar. So yeah, it's based on a Ferrari, I believe. So yeah, not really too much to say about it, but it's a really nice car. And moving on to the Tempesta, we've got another Lamborghini looking vehicle here. and this one is a little bit more expensive. It's 1,300,000 there. It is a really nice looking car though. It has these rims that you can see here that you can't actually get on in the custom shop. So if you like these rims, there is a little trick to changing the colour of the rims. So they come yellow, but I think whatever colour you select on here changes the colour of the rims. But if you have the iThrough app on your phone, on your mobile device, you can actually, there's a glitch to changing it somehow. I don't really know how it works. I'm sure if you search it on YouTube you'll find it somewhere. But it's a really nice car. Again, not too much to say about it. It is basically just another supercar, but they've kept it a reasonable price. Maybe a little bit too much. I think you know, 1 million would probably have been enough for this car, maybe a little bit less. 800, 900,000 would probably have been quite enough for this car, but it is a really nice car. And you know Rockstar, they like to make all the new stuff expensive, so yeah. But both these cars are two-seaters as well, and I just want to add, while we're talking about cars, there is some new ones in Benny's, so we're going to have a look at these, and you can see this one straight away here. This is a new car. So if we go on to stock, you can actually see there has been a few new vehicles. So we've got 5 new vehicles, and we've got 1 car that we can make into a new vehicle. So oh, and the Comet. So these 2 are in the game originally. You can just buy these cars normally, but you can now make these into different vehicles. So you can have the Comet Retro. So if I go on here, this is basically, so that's the Comet there, and if you click on here you can see this is the Comet Retro. So it's kind of like a Porsche 911 Turbo, like an old one, and this thing has some crazy good customizations. But don't let the price tag fool you. It is not 100,000. It's just like the lowriders. It tricks you with this kind of price tag here, but it will cost you a bomb to upgrade it. So just bear that in mind before you go buying it. But then we have the Elegy. Now this car has been in the game for quite a while, and if you're part of a crew, if you're in a crew, then this car is actually free. So if you guys want to join a crew, then you can join the MoldyWorms. That is my crew, and then this car will be free for you, and it is actually a really good car. So if you just buy this car free, you buy the stock vehicle you can see here. It's a really good car. It is a sports car. It has some nice upgrades, reasonably fast. I have an Elegy, but the only thing is you cannot sell this vehicle. So the only way to get rid of it, if you want to, is either to upgrade it to the Elegy Retro version, which we can see here, and then sell it on, or you can keep it as this. Or if you fill them up in your garage, if you have a full garage, the only way to get rid of your Elegy is to replace it with another vehicle. So just bear that in mind, and again, don't let the price tag trick you. The actual car is free to buy, but when you upgrade it, it will cost you an absolute bomb. But it is a really nice car. It is really customizable, and I think it looks pretty cool. And again, this is another Fast and Furious kind of based vehicle, for obvious reasons. But then we've had 2 new bikes added. So these are actually brand new bikes. They have not been in the game previously, and you can so this is a stock vehicle here. It's quite expensive to buy, I'm not gonna lie. But then you can take this to Benny's. So these are the first 2 motorbikes that you can take to Benny's. and you can basically make it look like this, make it like really customized, and I think you can add like a turbo to it. So it's like the rocket Voltic, when you click the horn it like boosts you or something like that. Not as much as the rocket Voltic, it'll just have a little like nitro tank on it, but you can do that. It's kind of cool. And then we've got the Bugatti FRC 1000. So it's not really that nice a looking bike. If I look at it here, the stock vehicle is a bit minging, and the price tag is pretty big for a motorcycle. I don't think I would pay this much for a motorcycle, to be honest. I mean, I bought the Batty and that didn't cost me anything, and it's like the fastest bike in the game. So, well, it's not actually. The dragster bike is the fastest, but you know what I mean. But then you can actually make it look like this. Now I think, looking at this is actually a really cool looking bike, and I hate motorcycles, but I think this thing looks pretty cool, like the World War kind of 2 theme, with the jerry cans on the side and the British Racing green and the star, and so it is quite nice. I'm not sure how. I think these might be a little bit less pricey to upgrade than the cars, obviously, because it's only a motorcycle and not a car, but it will be still pretty expensive. So just have your kind of thoughts about that. Then we've got 2 new cars. So we've got the Truffet Nero, and this is basically the Adder, the Bugatti, or the Adder, whatever you want to call it. This is basically the Adder's big bad brother. So this is the new version of the Truffet Adder. It's called the Truffet Nero, and it's very expensive. 1,500,000 thereabouts. It comes in a range of prices, and you can take it to Benny's. It has these lovely custom wheels as well, which you can change by looking up the glitch that I mentioned earlier, and you can basically make it look like this. It has some awesome rear spoilers. So if you recall, the Adder has that really cool spoiler, so it has some really cool spoilers like that, and yeah, it's basically a really nice car. Not really too much to say about it, but I do like the car. And then moving on to the final car, which was only added a few days ago. This is the Progen Italia GTB. It's around 1,200,000, we'll call that. It comes in a range of colours, just like all the cars, and it's a really nice looking car from the front. But the back, I just have to say, the back is not very nice. There's no pictures of the back. It's nothing really special, to be quite honest, other than the fact that you can take it to Benny's and make it look like this. I mean, obviously, I think this thing is a little bit overpriced, if I'm quite honest, because this is how much it costs to buy. And also with the Truffet Nero, I mean, they both cost 1 million upwards to that's just to purchase, just before you've added any upgrades. But then once you have upgraded it, it'll come to a grand total of around 3 million, if you like fully upgrade it and everything. But it is a really good car if you're looking to spend your money. If you have too much money, then I definitely recommend buying one of these. If you don't have much money, then do not buy them. They're nothing to shout about. If you like customizing cars at Benny's, then if you're looking to just go into Benny's for whatever reason, then I'd recommend taking one of these motorcycles, because they're probably a lot cheaper. Yeah, these aren't really too much to shout about. They're nothing really that special. If you're looking for a good supercar, then I would recommend, if we just go in here, I'd recommend sort of any of these 3 here. They're reasonably fast. I mean, the Reaper, it's a very fast car. The X80, that's pretty fast. the 811, that's not that fast, but it's okay. The FMJ is pretty damn fast if you're looking for that kind of thing. But for a reasonably priced supercar, I would kind of recommend something like the Turismo. It's only 500,000, so it's not really too bad. The Zentorno, another very reasonable priced supercar, in my opinion. What other ones? Kind of, the T20 is kind of a bit expensive, in my opinion. I mean, for what you get is a reasonable price, but it's probably a little bit too expensive. Yeah, there's not really. The 717, that's another reasonably good car. It's only 695,000. It is a supercar. I should just mention. I think it is anyway. Yeah, it's a supercar. It's quite a nice looking car as well. It's based on a Ferrari. So there are some of the new cars that we've seen in the game. Sorry I couldn't really show any of them off to you, but if you want to see a few of them, I will be showcasing the two amphibious cars soon, because I'm going to be talking about my amphibious cars idea and how we can progress with that in the future. And I want to show you guys some of them amphibious cars because they're quite cool. But just to finish with, I want to show you guys the new garages and stuff that you can purchase. So if you go on, we have to go on here. If we go on enter site, there is no executive offices up here, I'll just add. But there is these executive offices. They come here. They're very expensive. They come with a range of things there, and you can also they come with a garage as well. So these are the executive offices. So the most expensive one is the Maze Bank Tower. That's 4 million. That comes with a garage. You can see here. Then the next one is the Arcadis Business Centre. That comes with a garage, you can see there. And then the next one is the 3 million here, the Lombank West. I don't know if this does come with a garage. I think it does, but I'm not really sure. And then finally the cheapest one, so if you're looking for a office to buy, I'd recommend the Maze Bank West. It is actually a really nice office. And it's only 1 million. Only 1 million. 1 million might be a lot for some of you, but if you do some of the adversary modes and you know, a load of stunt races and all that kind of thing, you'll soon rack up enough money to buy one of these. And that actually does come with a garage. If I just click on there, you can see it comes with a garage there. And yeah, this one, they all come with a garage, and that's your executive garage. That is not to be confused with your import-export garage though. You'll have to buy that separately. I can't showcase that to you because you buy that on the laptop in your office. So it's kind of like the bikers thing. When you want to buy your business, you go onto the laptop in your thing, and you can do that. And also there has been some new garages as well. I just want to show you guys them quickly. There, if you go on here, we go on property listings, then I'm not really sure how we show you this. I don't know if I can. Not really too. Might be on here. No. But there is some new garages. I'm not really sure how to find them, but they are 60 car garages. Yes, you heard me right. They are 60 car garages. So basically, they come in 3 levels. You have the bottom level, and then it has like a circular lift in the middle, and a staircase to the left where you can just kind of like walk up to the next level. and you can store 60 cars in there. So we had like 10 car garages, and you could fit, you know, obviously 10 cars in there. What is it with people calling me? So, you know, it's nothing really. Yeah. There's nothing really to shout about there, to be quite honest. You know, there is 60 car garages. I'm not really sure how expensive they are. I don't think they're actually too bad. But you can swap this for one of your 10 car garages, and then you can actually store 3 times the amount. So, no, sorry, 6 times the amount. You can store 20 cars on each level of the garage. And yeah, so that's it for this video. I just wanted to bring you guys the latest news of the import and export, because we had the Progen Italia just added, so I thought it was still kind of relevant. And I'm going to be doing reviews of all the new updates, so every time there's a new DLC or update, I will do a review on it. I haven't done one on the biker one, because I don't really like bikes, and I didn't really want to go into that. But if you want me to do a video on that, then please let me know in the comment section, and I will make one for you. But I didn't really think there was much point in making that. But that's it for this video. If you have enjoyed, then make sure to leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to help contribute to my 100 subscribers before the end of this year, then make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the latest content. I wouldn't want you guys to miss out on that. And if you want to follow me on social media, as I mentioned earlier, I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat. There'll be links in the description below. And if you don't trust them links, then you can just go on social media and they should be on there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.